Ryan, you're signing in everybody. That's good. So for a couple of you that just joined, as you're connecting to audio, there is a poll out there. I'll leave it up for a few more minutes, just to kind of give you an idea of, we're trying to get a figure the best day of the week to connect with you and your teams on topics that affect your business, as well as time of day. That always helps us design these events to be more beneficial to you and your team, and get the right point of contacts in to be involved in our Coffee with Coral.
I mean, I'm not seeing the poll.
Okay, yeah, the poll's still open, so I'm going to end the poll now here. So I shall share the results. So it looks like Tuesdays and Wednesdays tend to be the best days. Looking at this time slot from 10 to 12. So thanks for sharing that with us. That really helps us formulate for a better future on these discussions. And just so before Ryan starts his presentation, I know there's multiple different techniques to fill your potholes, and Aquaphalt is a pothole material. And so we want to know kind of, what are you using out in the field? Are you using hot patch or cold patch? Kind of give us an idea of what material you tend to use out in the field. And it could be both, so there are going to be multiple answers.
The other two people that are signed in is Ryan Lowe. If you look down in your bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you should be able to change your name to your actual name so we know who you are. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Maybe the link I sent you was directly from our account, but yeah, if you could change your name to your actual name, that'd be great.
So it looks like it's a combination of the type of material used between hot patch and cold patch. So today's solution is Aquaphalt, and it's based around a cold patch solution that Ryan will go through with you and give you an idea, breakdown of what it is, and show you a video of how to install it and what it does. So Ryan, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you. As Damien said, my name is Ryan Lowe, and I am the regional sales manager for Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. I want to welcome you to our first Coffee with Coral session. We will be doing these on a weekly basis for the most part, omitting holiday weeks, of course, because everybody's gone during those times. So if you want to join future sessions, please watch for our newsletter every month. They will also be posted on our social media, and you can also find them on our website. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here and get this thing going. Turn off video. All right, so just a quick introduction to our website. Just quick note too, we are in the process of updating our homepage here, but I do just kind of want to touch on a couple of quick things. You will still be able to find the Coffee with Coral links here to see what is upcoming and whether or not you want to register to join. So you'll be able to do that from here, as well as the newsletters that come out. And then we also have up the top here, the way we've done this is we've divided our products into highway products and our ITS products. So if you think of ITS products as kind of smart devices, things that have brains and electrical components. We also have our featured products page that will change every month. We're going to be featuring different products every month, and you can find those here. So obviously here's Aquaphalt. That's one place you can find it. And then if you click on the actual highway products page, you can see everything kind of divided up into our different categories, and things like Aquaphalt are going to be in our specialty products. So click down here. Here's our Aquaphalt, and then you'll kind of see some of the other things that don't really have their own category. But we're here to talk about Aquaphalt today. So let's get going on that. So Aquaphalt is a permanent cold patch. What makes it unique is that it is water activated. So when you're putting this product in, you're not going to be using any tack, you're not going to be using any heat, and it just makes it so it's a no mess application. To put this product in, the only prep work you have to do is to make sure you have a solid. So you want to sweep out the hole, take out any of the crumbs and dirt, things of that nature that are in there. If the hole is soaking wet, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, this is a water-based or a water-activated product, so you can install this in the rain. So once you clean out the hole, you can put this in 2 to 3 inch lifts is what's recommended. So if your hole is deeper than that, you're going to want to do more than one lift. Put your product in the hole, smooth it out, and then add the water. And with the water, it doesn't matter how much you add, basically. You can't overwater it. If you put too much water, it's just going to squish out as you tamp it down, and it's not going to damage the performance of the product in any way. So if anything, just overwater it. They do say for 1 bucket, which covers 5 square feet at 1 inch deep, you're going to be using a ½ gallon of water. So it's not a ton of water needed. That being said, like I said, you clean out the hole, add in 2 to 3 inch lifts, water it, tamp it, and then you're ready for traffic immediately. This stuff hardens immediately. They say that full cure is in 24 hours maximum and 2-hour minimum. That basically depends on temperature. But like I said, once you tamp this product down, it is hard, and you can drive right over it without it squishing out or crumbling and moving around. So freezing temperatures, hot temperatures, rain, shine, you can use this product in any weather. And it is backed by a 3-year warranty. So if you put your pothole in and your pothole patch in with Aquaphalt and it pops out before that 3-year mark, then they will replace the product for free. But that just goes to show you the confidence they have and how hard and permanent this product is once you apply it. One of the other things that's really nice about it is that it comes in a bucket instead of a bag. So if you only need to do a small patch and you just use a portion of it, pop the lid back on, throw it in the back of your truck, and you don't have to worry about shovels and things poking the bag and ruining the rest of your product. Some other key features is that it's environmentally friendly. It's water-based binder, so it has no VOCs. You don't have a need for large crews or special tools. We do also have this tamper available that you can see here in some of these pictures. This little rubber boot down at the bottom is really nice on these. I'm sure some of you guys probably have just steel pipe that's welded to a steel plate. And when you accidentally smack that on a solid surface, it puts a nice ring through your wrists and joints. So this thing will be a lot kinder on your arms and joints when you're tamping down your product. It does come in 3 sizes. However, I will say that the 6mm medium size is what we stock, and that is what you'll use for 98% of all your holes, basically. The 4mm fine is for overlays or patches that are less than 1 inch deep. And then your 9mm coarse Aquaphalt is for large holes that are very deep. So think of this as being like your base product to help fill that hole faster. And rather than using this small stuff that isn't going to fill it up quite as much. Excuse me. So with all of that being said, I do have a short video to share with you. And I'm going to go ahead and full screen it here. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and play it. I'm getting notes that nobody can hear the video. Apologize. We did a test run with this and it seemed to work fine. Let me try doing something different here. So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to restart the video really quick. I will talk through it if that works. Cars racing down the highway.
Ouch.
So you can see here, he's just sweeping out all the crumbs and everything that are in that pothole. Product does come looking wet. What this is a plant-based protein that's mixed in with standard aggregate. So you smooth it out. You want to leave it about a ½ inch to an inch above the surface. You can see here he's actually doing 2 layers. So that's his first lift. You see that tamper is really nice because it has a rounded edge and a square back. So you can spin it and use it for both round holes and square holes. So it also works great on these little carve outs. And you'll see here that you don't always just have to use a tamper. You can use these compactors as well, just like you would with standard hot asphalt. When you see all the water squishing out, that's the excess that they don't need. So again, you just want to leave it a ½ inch to an inch above your surface so that when you tamp it down, it's nice and level. So again, backed by a 3-year warranty. You can see how it didn't move or squish out there as he ran over it. This is a big deal. Rated #1 by Consumer Reports for all cold patches. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. Damien has another poll for you. Damien, go ahead. Damien?
Yeah. So the final poll that we'll have is will be regards to kind of what brands you've used out in the field. So again, it's a multiple choice question. Just take about 30 seconds to give us an idea of what brands you've used. My thought is most agencies probably use a combination of different brand names out there. So these are probably the most applicable ones that we see at most maintenance stations. Okay. So I'll end the polling. So you can see perma patch and multiple different coal patches are being used out in the field. Here's a great opportunity for a lot of our agencies to look at Aquaphalt going forward as a solution for fast-paced opening of roads, and also the warranty behind it for 3 years.
All right. Is your poll complete there, Damien?
I'll finish up.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen one more time here. Just one more thing to show you. So this is the actual Consumer Reports thing on the blacktop patch. And I did want to show you, so these are the products that they tested. So these are all the different cold patches they tested, and you can see this is kind of their finished products. Some of them obviously don't really harden and turn into a nice block like ours does. Aquaphalt was rated #1, and the rest of these kind of fell by the wayside below them. So just wanted to quickly share that with you. So I'm going to stop sharing again, turn my video back on. So now we can open it up for questions. Feel free to turn on your video if you would like, turn off your audio, and we're here to answer anything you have.
Guys, this is Jim West, and I wanted to just quickly thank you for, if I can get my video going, I'll do that, but it might be better if it's not right now. So anyway, for some reason I can't get it open, but that's just me. Oh, maybe if I click that button, here we go, try that. I did want to thank you guys for putting this together. I apologize for not getting it out earlier. It kind of got buried last couple of weeks, or actually a few months. Have been a little crazy, but this one got buried, and Damien sent the reminder out. So I got that sent out to a few. The comment that a lot of them came back with was, hey, that's not on our products list right now. And I said, yeah, I understand that. But I would like to get us at least a location somewhere to try it. I do have one particular location up on I-90 on some bridge deck that is having some, or they have at least face problems during the wintertime. And there was some interest in, hey, can we maybe get some of this to try out and see how well it does work for them. So that might be something I'd likely get moving on and get in their hands, at least get a test section down to kind of look at its performance, see how it works in that application, and maybe get one here on the west side where it's a lot wetter and some more of the slower traffic situations where you can kind of see how it works compared to a high volume, high traffic, cold range to it, more of a what we see on the west side. So that's kind of where I'm thinking of going with this. And if it performs well, I'll kind of move ahead possibly with the rest of it, at least getting it on maybe the next contract, so that's available for everyone as an option. Just looking at the cost stuff, that is a concern to me. I know it'll be a concern to everyone else, but if it outperforms everything by double, that would fall in line pretty easy, I think.
Yep.
Just wanted to make those comments right now and appreciate this stuff. There's some your website too. I really like that. I feel like I'm starting to breathe in my position, and now that I can, there's some things I want to get more into the hands of everyone else, so they're at least aware of alternatives. I think everybody, for the most part, knows you guys and has pretty good communications, but I want to send reminders a little more often so that they know that you guys are there. So I guess with that, that's really all I have. But thank you very much for putting this together. And if this is a weekly thing, I'm not sure how often I'll be able to attend, but I can get that into the hands of our superintendent so that they're aware that they can jump in when it's convenient for them.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback, Jim. Any other questions? I mean, that was great feedback on how we can continue to evolve this program for the region. Any questions on the product as well?
Yeah, Damien, once the water, this is John Henry Waugh with WashDOT. Once the water's added, what is the general cure time?
So in general, it's 24 hours for the permanent cure, but immediately, as soon as you tamp it down and get it where you want it in that hole, you can drive over it immediately. We did this in our yard where we put it in our kind of devised pothole, tamped it down, put the water in, and we were able to drive over it with the truck really quickly. I think it was a matter of minutes that we're able to start driving over the patch. And with the manufacturer's discretion, I mean, they open the roads immediately as soon as things are done and tamped in. But for a full cure, it's going to be 24 hours.
Great, thank you. And like Jim said, yeah, thanks for putting this together. It's appreciated.
I want to say too, just to kind of highlight that point, that's one of the greatest things about this product is, you know, once you have your traffic control set up, you can literally, you know, get a hole done in 5 minutes. It's go out, sweep it out, pour your product in, pour the water on it, tamp it down, and you're off the street. It's immediately ready to be driven over. So it's just saves a lot of time and a lot of man hours because, you know, one person can do this. Once you have your traffic control set up, of course.
Yeah, my question was kind of geared towards workability. Here on the west side of the state, a lot of our potholes retain water.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just curious if it fired off, you know, too quick to be able to move around, but it sounds like that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah. I think nice is, you know, if you get it tamped down and it does have a little bit of a low spot in it, you can just add just a little bit more on top and you know, and water it and tamp it back down to get it to be level.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will say too, we have had stories of crews that have gone out and forgot to bring water with them. And so they just grabbed their sodas, which have water in them, and dumped it on the pothole patch, and it works. It just needs to have water in the liquid in order for it to activate. So it's kind of a versatile product too.
And what's unique with like in WashDOT and some of the other regions, Band-Aid can actually be used in conjunction with the Aquaphalt to help that process go for the coal patch to be permanent. So a lot of the teams out there use Band-Aid now. So again, whether it's Band-Aid, water, soda, as long as the main ingredient has water in it, you'll be good to go to get it working.
So
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to mention or ask on the Band-Aid piece, are they kind of using that as a kind of like a tack, place this material down and then overspray a little bit with the Band-Aid, tamp it and finish that off that way? Is that how that's working?
Yes, that's how it's working. Again, it just gives you that, you know, Band-Aid works great to get so you're not using tack. But if your team does have Band-Aid and they have the little hand sprayer in their units or in their vehicles, and they don't have water, they're not accessible to water, they can easily add it into the hole first, throw it down, and then throw the Aquaphalt in the hole and then spray on top of it to activate it.
Okay, makes sense. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So Jason, you're up in Montana, so the freezing temperature portion might be of interest to you. I did forget to mention that for the freezing temperatures, when you're putting the water on it, what you want to do in those situations is add a little bit of salt brine or antifreeze to your water mixture, just so that it is able to activate before that water has a chance to freeze.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and we do have, if to put in perspective, customer up in Alaska and Ketchikan that uses this product, and that's kind of what they use is salt brine in the water so that it activates it really quickly, and they can get the potholes fixed in the middle of freezing weather, especially now coming up towards the winter season.
Are there any other questions? Make sure we get everything answered. Couple of last points. I do want to point out that like I said, we do have the 6 millimeter, which is the one that is going to use the most in stock here in our warehouse. so we can get it out to you quickly. It is sold in a per bucket price as well as a pallet. So a pallet is 36 buckets. And I do also want to let you know that we are also available if your facility allows it. We can come out and do a physical demo for you. So we have special boards that we have made that we can come out and place this product in a pre-made pothole and just demonstrate how it works. Put it in as you would in a pothole, and then run over it for you, just so you can see. When you run over it with your big trucks and stuff, that it doesn't squish out of the hole or do anything like that. It's actually a pretty neat demo. If you guys are interested in that, just shoot us an email, or you can let me know right now, and we can try to get you on the schedule.
And even if it's in your yards, excuse me, in your yards, if you got some potholes coming up towards this winter season, I know like Jim, you expressed on I-90, we can definitely put something together, as soon as possible, and we can drive out and meet the crew, and we can give it a whirl out on the bridge deck, and also in Tacoma on the west side of the state, wide open for that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I know the West Side group, they actually kind of have been doing things a little different. They say, what we're typically doing is, if we can find any patch material, we try to lay it down thin in maybe in a small distressed area, and then just let our trucks go over it. He says usually if everything falls apart right away, he says we won't even think about putting it in any potholes.
Okay.
So this might be a good product to try in that. I know it sounds crazy, but in their yard that way. But they also have some locations in that. The Tacoma yard is the one that has a lot of quick potholes repair needs. I guess more emergent repairs show up with them, where they have to get out there right away and do some work. So I'll touch base with those guys here probably early next week. Talk to them, and then if you don't hear from me by like Monday afternoon, just go ahead and shoot me either an email or a phone call, and I'll see about getting at least a bucket of this for them and for I-90 as well, and get them trying it. I honestly, I'd like to try a mini combination of both just by itself, and then also with the Bond-Aid. I have a couple little samples of the Bond-Aid I'd like to try, and just, is there a difference in performance at the same type of a distress or not? If there isn't, obvious, I mean, as you guys are all aware, and I'm a pretty upfront and open person, and cost is number one, and cost and performance, that combination is everything.
Yep.
If we can get extended performance for a better price, that's what our guys are going to go with, because we just, compared to a lot of states, we're in a pretty weird situation when it comes to funding, and I can go on and on, but yeah, that's kind of, I'd like to do a mini look on the compare the two and see how they work. But I appreciate it.
Just let me know, and I'll be ready.
Okay, thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
All right. If there's no other questions, Josh, I see you're here from PBOT. Been a while since we talked. I hope things are going well out there. If you have any questions, now is the time.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for inviting me to this. This is really good. Very interesting product. Would like to do the same as Mr. Weston there eventually. See if we can get that used a little more with our maintenance crews.
Yeah,
if they don't already. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Maybe I can shoot you an email after this, and we can see if the maintenance crews are already using it or not. If not, maybe I can come and swing by for a demo.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Hey, one thing, you guys only stock the medium, the 6 millimeter at this time?
Correct, at this time, yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering.
But the other two sizes are not hard for us to get. It's just, not immediately available as far as being able to go over to the shop, pick it up, and drop it off,
Mhm.
or you come and will call it, or people come in will call it. I mean, just adds like I think it's a week lead time or so.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. All right, with that, I really appreciate your attendance. And like I said, we're going to be doing these every week. Obviously, pick the ones that apply to you the best. And, we appreciate you spreading the word around. And if you do get it and see something that might apply to one of your colleagues, to forward that on, that invitation.
Yep. And feel free to
So
with the with the teams across your region. If they're always talking about potholes and ways to better performance and better products, go ahead and throw our name out there, and we can definitely set up a demo to show them what Aquaphalt can do.
all right. And next week is our WTI presentation. We're going to be covering our WTI PTZ camera and our Hydra transcoder. You can find both of those products on our website if you'd like to take a look at them and get a little brief introduction to it before the meeting. Otherwise, watch for our newsletters, or again, our website has everything on it. Appreciate your time, and we'll be talking soon. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.